Has social media become more powerful than governments? What if I told you that the most powerful institution on Earth is no longer a government, an army, or a multinational corporation? It's the screen in your pocket. Think about it. A single post can crash a company's stock price. A 30-second video can destroy a celebrity's career. A hashtag can spark protests across continents before a president even finishes a press conference. The question is no longer whether social media influences society. The real question is, has social media become more powerful than governments themselves? And if the answer is yes, who exactly is in charge? For thousands of years, power came from controlling land, money, or military force. Empires built walls, kings raised armies, and governments controlled information through newspapers, television, and radio. But today, information doesn't flow from the top down. It flows sideways at the speed of a swipe. A teenager with a smartphone can reach more people in an hour than many world leaders could reach in a month just a few decades ago. Governments can pass laws, but social media shapes opinions. And in a democracy, opinions eventually become votes. You don't need to conquer a country anymore. You just need to dominate its algorithm. Ask yourself a simple question. How many political opinions do you actually form on your own? And how many arrive through a carefully curated feed? Every day, invisible algorithms decide what you see, what you fear, what makes you angry, and even who you blame for society's problems. The more emotional the content, the more engagement it gets. The more engagement it gets, the more money it makes. Outrage has become a business model. Fear has become a product, and attention has become the most valuable currency in human history. Governments once had ministries of information. Now we voluntarily carry one in our pockets, checking it hundreds of times a day. Social media promised to give everyone a voice. In many ways, it did. It helped expose corruption. It connected families across borders. It gave ordinary people the ability to challenge powerful institutions. But there is a darker side. When a handful of technology companies can decide which voices are amplified and which disappear into digital silence, are we experiencing absolute freedom or a new kind of invisible control? You may believe you're choosing your content, but what if your content is choosing you? What if your beliefs, your purchases, your emotions, and even your relationships are being subtly engineered by systems designed to maximize one thing: your attention? Maybe the greatest censorship isn't having your voice removed. Maybe it's never being shown the information that would have changed your mind. History teaches us that governments fear losing control over information, but today, even governments struggle to keep up. Election campaigns are fought online. Financial markets react to viral posts. International conflicts are now battles of images and narratives as much as weapons and diplomacy. An unelected algorithm can influence millions of people before any official statement is released. The strange reality is that governments can regulate borders, collect taxes, and enforce laws, but they cannot easily control what billions of people think, share, and believe every second of the day. The battlefield has moved from the streets to the timeline, and the soldiers are ordinary people armed with smartphones. So, has social media become more powerful than governments? Maybe the answer isn't that social media replaced governments. Maybe it's that power itself has changed. The kingdoms of the future may not be built with castles or parliaments, but with data centers, algorithms, and billions of connected minds. The next revolution might not begin with a gunshot or a protest in a city square. It might begin with a notification. And perhaps the most important question isn't whether social media controls the world. It's whether we've become so dependent on it that we've quietly handed over the power ourselves. What do you think? Is social media the greatest tool for freedom ever created, or the most sophisticated system of influence humanity has ever built? Let me know in the comments.